Hi guys, I'm back with the second video on the channel. Today we're having a look at the Resistance A-Wing, released in 2019, set 75248 with 269 parts. Nice. Hopefully, well, the weather is better. It is not windy, it's not rainy, so this should be a much nicer sounding video. Also, it's going to be a lot shorter. I do apologise that the Slave one was 35 minutes long. That wasn't the intention. I just had way too much to say about this thing, but with this one, it's a much smaller set. We're going to keep it short, we're going to keep it simple. Just going to give you a basic overview of the model and then just talk about the figures and then some final thoughts at the end. I'm just going to give you a basic overview of the craft as a whole. You can sort of get a feel for the size. It's not a very big thing. It's your standard Lego 25 quid vehicle set. I mean, they've been doing these now for, what, donkey's years. Also, very important to note, I have modified this set. It's an old, obviously, I've had this thing since 2019. I got it just before I saw Rise of Skywalker. We won't talk about that film, but yeah, no, I got this thing alongside the Pisano Speeder Chase, and with all my old Lego sets in my collection now, it's not really old, but you kind of get what I'm talking about, you know. I have modded them. Now this set I would class as lightly modified. I haven't really done a lot. I've done some very basic things to it. Nothing too much, but that is just to take into account. So it's not going to be the most unbiased of reviews, but I'm still going to obviously think of this in my mind as the original product, not what I've done to it. First thing with this set, you kind of get a sense of the scale, you know, sort of about the craft. Not that many pieces in this thing, and, you know, the structure was, for this thing was incredibly simple. It's essentially just plates on top of plates, right? Just plates on top of plates on top of plates. It's not... You know, it's not complicated, there's no big Technic skeleton, it's small and it's simple, but the first major issue I have with this thing is the shaping. Now, Lego have been knocking out A-Wings since probably the very, very early days. I don't know the first A-Wing, but they've been knocking them out, and, you know, with Lego, I like to see progression, I like to see things change, things get fixed, but this is one of those instances where it's not bad, but the shaping is quite inaccurate. If you look at the front nose, I mean, I'll get onto the sticker situation later, because that's a whole nother thing. But with the front nose, the A-Wing sort of angles in, and it has this like sort of like cookie cutter, like triangular hole in the front. And Lego could, I mean, they could do it with plates and with brick built structure, which is always better. I mean, they did it with the UCS one, but with here, as you can see on the front, it's a sticker. That's a sticker, and you get this horrible big square blotch there. You see that? And that, to me, I don't know, it really looks ugly. Besides the whole shaping situation, we can sort of play it off at, oh, you know, I mean, it's not a big thing. That's a nitpick, right? But my other gripe with this thing is that this has 12 stickers. 12 stickers. It is incredibly... If you do not like applying Lego stickers, which is most people, honestly, I hate applying Lego stickers. It is one of the worst things, maybe the worst thing about Lego is all of the stickers. I mean, you can see, I mean, these green lines here, they're stickers, sticker, sticker. The cockpit. Now, Lego does some beautiful printed cockpits. This is another thing I don't like about this set, is that there's stickers on the cockpit, and do you know how hard it is to apply? I'm just going to open the cockpit. Do you know how hard it is to apply those? It is so hard to not get any air bubbles, to get them nice and straight, look. It is so hard to apply those, and, you know, obviously, there is going to be stickers. Like, there is stickers in pretty much every Lego set. There are a few exceptions. And, of course, some are necessary, right? So you can, the logo, maybe the fins, but, like... I mean, some of these, you know, we can do brick-built structure here, and having 12 stickers, it's not as egregious as the N1 Starfighter, and when I do get around to reviewing the N1 Starfighter, I will comment on how egregious that thing is with stickers. But, yeah, this to me, it's just disappointing to see LEGO really cheapen down and just slap stickers everywhere. Final thing before I actually take you in to basically the major features of this set is the colouring issue with stickers, because this A-Wing is supposed to be obviously green, white, with a hint of sort of bronzy brown, goldish colour. And the thing is, if you look here, this sticker is supposed to be, it's obviously supposed to be, I've checked, I've gone through, I've seen the actual model, the actual, you know, vehicle within Star Wars, not just the LEGO adaptation. This is correct. These two are supposed to be the same colour. Now this, they've used gold pieces, they've used 2 gold ingot pieces, and here they try to replicate it with the sticker, but it comes out as a complete, when they, because obviously they will actually have this on like a green sort of backing, the green backing here, so when they have the gold with the green, it sort of mixes and it gives you this. I think I'm to understand how that's how they do stickers, but yeah, it's completely inaccurate. Down to the major things of the ship now. Of course, you have your cannons on the side. These cannons can rotate 360 degrees, which is really, really nice. This is actually my favourite part of the set. I love the cannons. I haven't changed the builds at all. The builds are the same. I'll take you through what I've modded later. But yeah, they can move, they can rotate around, and they're really nicely built. There's some really, I mean, it's not complex at all, but it is. They are very, very nice to see. Also, down with the front nose, we have your spring-loaded shooters. They are stored there. This is one of the best parts of this set. Again, I'm not going to just say it's all terrible, because it's not all terrible. This is, just for a little bit of info, this is actually one of the sets I regret buying in my collection. I don't really regret it, but it is kind of a stinky set. But the integration of the spring-loaded missiles is one of the best things about it. I don't know if you can see, but you have these the cheese grater pieces, but just in front of the cheese graters, it sort of blends in. You have these black, they're the very tips of black Technic beams, and if you push them down, that's your activator for the spring-loaded missile. So, and it's just so ingeniously done. It really reminds me of the U-Wing, how they've done that. Coming round now to the engines at the back, they are quite nicely built. They are, you know, they're obviously they're strong, they're sturdy, they're not going to fall off. I mean, the accuracy is quite well replicated here. There isn't supposed to be these holes at the back. I mean, this is just a Lego piece that's existed since like the dawn of time, but it's just supposed to be a ring, not these little holes. But again, that really doesn't bug me. That's just a tiny nitpick there. But they are nicely built. As you can see, they have, well, this one has 1 sticker, this one has 2 stickers, but you know, there's not really a lot to say about these. They look good. You on the underside now, this is the first thing that I've modded. It's just a very simple mod. This piece here at the front. Originally, the set was like this. It had like nothing on the front here, and so all I did, I wanted to try to complete that front. You know, I wanted to try to complete that front nose. So I did that in there. Very, very simple. Oh, sorry for knocking the camera there. And then I just sort of sloped it down there. But the main reason why we're on the underside is, again, you can just see plates on top of plates on top of bricks. Like, it's a very, very simple structure. I just came to show you the landing gear. There is landing gear. This one forward, these two back. It's quite a good look. Quite a good look. Very sleek. I will give Lego that. This thing is quite sleek. Not completely accurate in its shaping. Oh, one thing I also do like, there is supposed to be veins on the side, like sort of like heat outlets on the side, and they have added those in, replicated with a 1x4 wedge plates. Now, taking a look at the cockpit, it is fairly easy to open. You sort of grab it here and open it, and you do have space for a figure. Now, this is the major thing I've changed about this set. Originally, it had no detail in the cockpit, no detail, not even a control panel. Obviously, I don't have a control panel in here, but I've got much more accurate shaping if you actually look at the A-Wing's cockpit. So what I did is I added a nice seat in there. I've added you know, little seating area and the front little console, and you can fit a figure. I will grab I will grab Snap Wexley, who obviously we'll take a look at later, and he just goes in there, shut the cockpit. It's good. It works. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see a little bit better here. There we go. You can sort of see him in there. He looks good. He definitely looks good. But the major thing, of course, this is what I talked about with the Slave 1. LEGO does sometimes neglect the cockpits. And it's one of the coolest parts of a ship, in my opinion. All the little finicky details. And they don't really bother to add those in, especially with these cheaper sets. And that is what, I mean, sometimes they do. But that is one of the things here that just irritate me. So I have modded that. Also, another thing, the final tiny tweak I did is I added the fin at the back. Very, very, very simple mod. LEGO forgot the fin on the back of the A-Wing, you know? It's like one of those cool parts of the A-Wing. It sort of continues in that sleek, very, very sleek sort of like hot rod racer looking thing. And, you know, it's very, very, you can sort of see it's flush. Another little colour grading issue that I've actually just saw is the white on this sticker isn't LEGO white. This is another instance, I'm forgetting what set it is now, but it is with LEGO printing. Sometimes when LEGO will print, I don't know, like an X-Wing pilot's jumpsuit, the white won't be quite as opaque enough. They do that, I mean, the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, the Resistance Y-Wing, it is prone. LEGO cannot print or do stickers with white on coloured backgrounds or any different sort of like coloured plastic, and that is the same case here. Getting into our first figure of the set, first of two, here we have Snap Wexley. Now Snap Wexley, again, he is just one of these absolutely beautiful LEGO X-Wing pilots. LEGO goes all out on these X-Wing pilots and it really, really shows. I mean, this guy's got beautiful detailing. Again, this is the thing we talk about with the leg printing. Very, very continuous, very believable. Now note, this figure is not exclusive. He was first released in the T-70 X-Wing Microfighter. I think that was in 2016. It might have been in 2017, I don't know, but he was released there. So this is a complete and utter re-release. Now, Snap Wexley also does have this wonderful dual molded helmet. I don't know if you've seen these before, but it's two plastics. So you have your white plastic with a wonderful printing around the side, and you have the yellow, trans yellow plastic making the visor. LEGO introduced this with Poe Dameron in 2015. I cannot wait to review that one. But yeah, I mean, they've been using these forever now. Show you the rest of this figure. Snap Wexley doesn't have an alternate face, which it would have been nice, but it's not necessary for Snap to have this alternate face. And finally, we have Lieutenant Connix, which is quite possibly one of the most boring LEGO minifigures in my collection. Now, to note, and this is actually quite a nice note, Lieutenant Connix in Rise of Skywalker is played by Billy Fisher, Carrie Fisher's daughter, which is obviously really nice, and it's really lovely to get her in minifig form. However, again, I don't go off movies, even if it's like a set from Last Jedi. If it's a banging set, it's a banging set. Like, it doesn't matter what movie it's from, and that's the same with figures. This figure's dead. It's really, really dead, and I don't know, there's no excitement, there's, you know, it's not a memorable character, it's not an important character, and, you know, I think they could have done better. I mean, very, very basic printing here. Now I've taken that hairpiece off, you can see she does have an alternate face, which, I mean, I guess Snap Wexley doesn't, so this one does. Thank you, LEGO, for doing that. And this is very reminiscent, I don't know if it's the same, don't quote me, but it is very reminiscent of Leia's face. So there you go. That's the Resistance A-Wing fighter from 2019. I've taken you through all of the set has to offer, and now we're going to get into my final thoughts. So, should you buy this set? Well, it was released for 25 quid. It's now roughly going to run you 35 to 40 quid on the secondary market. Obviously, this thing is retired now. And this is one of those things. Unless you really want an A-Wing starfighter, you know, if the A-Wing is your favourite Star Wars vehicle, or, you know, if you have real, you know, obviously if this was, you were getting into LEGO Star Wars in 2019, if you have particular nostalgia for this set, of course, go out and get it if you've missed it. but if you're just looking to collect Lego, I wouldn't buy this set. I mean, it is really just riddled with just little gripes, and it's not like with the Slave one where they're very tiny nitpicks. These are much bigger things. I mean, you know, there are way too many stickers. That's already, you know, irritating a lot of people. I mean, I've already spoken about all the stickers. The color matching isn't quite there. You know, there's very bare bones cockpit, inaccurate shaping. I mean, it is a rough set. It's not one of those, you know, revolutionary sets that I talk about with Lego where it's like they've really upped the design from last time, because this is the same, pretty much the same A-Wing from 2017, same A-Wing as 2013, and it goes back and back and back. It's like the T-47 Airspeeder, you know? It's a set that Lego just knocks out. I mean, the T-47's been pretty much the same since 2003, or whenever that first sort of classic one came out. But yeah, if you want to buy an A-Wing, if you can invest, the 2017 one is better. I mean, first of all, that's from Return of the Jedi. It's much more, I guess, iconic. Also, the figure selection. This set has really dead figures. I feel like it's missing something, right? It's missing something. This here isn't enough. And, yeah, I mean, the 2017 one comes with Return of the Jedi, Lando Calrissian, so if you can invest in roughly the £100 that set will cost you, I would get the 2017 one over this model personally. That's pretty much it. As a rating out of 10, I'm gonna give this thing a 6. Now, it is one of the by far one of the weaker ones in my collection. It just gets knocked down by these little things, and it can really ruin a set. Essentially, maybe avoid this one. If you want an A-Wing, go after that 2017 version. I am going to be going back to 20th anniversary. I know I said I'd do 20th anniversary. I will. I'm just, you know, I'm trying to spread it out and save it, you know, because they are really, really cool sets. So I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to go back to a very nice 20th anniversary set. But yeah, that is the video. Hopefully this one was better quality. Hopefully my editing skills improve as we go on. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really, really do.